Yes guys, welcome back to the YouTube channel. The final video of 2025. 2025 has been a brilliant year. Really good with the business. I think we're at 44 clients now inside Made for More. It's all going well. Going into 2026, I've made a promise that I'm gonna commit to posting at least once per week. It's something I want to give more value to you guys, but I want to document my own training as well, which I think together is going to bring more value. So yeah, more insights into what I'm doing and obviously more valuable content to help more of you guys and more connection, like more stuff with actually what do I do day in their lives, stuff with clients, like how am I getting my clients, how are they getting such great results, etc. But today's video specifically, I want to talk upon, first of all, we are doing a session, I'm going to go through a bit of testing, which I'll talk you through in a second. But I want to talk you through my year as a whole, 2025, and then what the plans are going into 2026, because a few things have changed. My goals have pivoted, and yeah, it's exciting for me, but I hope it's going to be exciting for you guys too, because I'm going to share the whole journey. So let's start at the start of 2025. I'm going to keep it pretty short and sweet. I'm going to be honest, the year of 2025 for me has been focused on boxing and running. I put a lot of time into boxing and running this year, and I'm really happy with the progression I've made. I do feel like I'm quite a strong runner now. I haven't actually done any testing in a while, but in Feb I ran like an 18:35K, and then the other week I ran a 10 minutes and 10 seconds 3K, which was yeah, I'm not doing this fresh, by the way. I'm still a bit fatigued. It's just part of the block, bit of testing. So I can imagine if I was doing it in a race, it'd be a lot better. So that gives me a lot of positive reinforcement that the hard work that I'm putting in with the running is paying off. The boxing, on the other hand, I only had 2 fights and I lost the first one. I was a little bit gutted. I put so much time and effort into it, and just mentality just went on the day and flopped. And then obviously the most recent one, won that, and I was happy with my performance. And yeah, overall it's been a good year. Running's improved, boxing's improved, and I feel like everything's gone well. I'm not going to complain at all. Now, going into 2026, we've pivoted a little bit. We've put the goals more on Hyrox. So this is where it gets quite interesting. Now, I did a Hyrox in Malaga in April, and I think it's 1 hour 13, 1 hour 11, right? And I felt okay, but I wasn't doing really Hyrox specific training at the time. I was mainly doing, yes, I was doing a bit of running, I was doing quite a bit of running, like I said, that was a focus in 2025. But at the time I was just boxing mainly. I was boxing mainly, doing some running and probably a little bit of strength work, maybe twice a week, but it wasn't enough. I thought I'd do better than I did. And it showed me that yes, I can run and yes, I can lift weights and do boxing, but there has got to be some specificity to go into a sport, which is Hyrox. So what I decided to do was, same mistake, did London the other day, got even worse. I got 1 hour 13. I literally didn't touch a sled, didn't touch a burpee broad jump, a ski erg, the row. I didn't touch anything, I can promise you that, until I think 5 days before, when I had a little bit of a tighten up to make sure I could do everything. So between Malaga in March and the London Hyrox in December, the other day, I didn't do anything for it. I just ran, lifted weights and focused on boxing. So I didn't expect to do better. I didn't expect to do worse either though, so I was a little bit disappointed, but I felt like the race as a whole, I actually raced it quite well. I was just too slow. So yeah, the plan going into 2026, I've got the main goal being the Hyrox in Malaga, which is in April. I think it's 20 something of April. And then I've booked quite a lot of side quests around that. So I've got quite a lot of runs in 2026 as well. I've got Manchester 10K, Wolverhampton 10K. I've got Cheshire 5K, I've got a Liverpool 5K as well. So I've got a few races booked just to keep me motivated with the running. But the main goal is going to be the Hyrox. I know it sounds like a big ask, but this is going to be road to sub 60-minute Hyrox Malaga. This is going to be the series. I'm going to be focusing and showing you my training on how I'm going to go from where I am now to achieving a sub-hour Hyrox and hopefully getting on the podium in Malaga 2026. I'm not 100% sure if I'm going to book a Hyrox before that, maybe as a test, see where I'm at in a bit of practice. I'll keep you all updated, but that's going to be the main goal. Hyrox Malaga 2026 in April. I'm going for sub-hour. Yeah, it sounds ambitious, but I've done a little bit of work behind the scenes, and I feel like I'm going to make that work. I'm working with a coach. I'm going to make sure I document that across the journey too. I'm nothing but committed as always, but now I'm fully dialing in on the Hyrox, so I see zero reason when I've done the maths and I've worked it out why I'm not going to be able to achieve that goal. So that's the plan going into 2026. Yeah, I'm excited. I'm going to run a series every single week documenting what I'm doing, my training, my recovery methods, staying alive, my nutrition, etc., and show you exactly how I'm preparing for it. And also, of course, on the channel, I'll be showing a lot of work around, like I normally do with client success, and all the work that I do with my team inside Made for More. So I won't keep waffling on. That's how 2025's been and the goals for 2026. This session specifically, to be honest, I'm not really on a plan at the moment. I did Hyrox London last week. I've got Malaga with Annie, my girlfriend, next week. Sorry, not Malaga, that's Sweden, so next week. So I'm not like blasting myself. And actually I picked up a little bit of a hip strain, like a bit of a niggle in my hip. So I'm just being mindful around the type of exercise I'm doing. But session one earlier, I'm really prioritised at the moment is aerobic work, low intensity work on the bike and running. But obviously with the hip, just being mindful. So I've stuck to the bike for now, probably going to do that tomorrow too. And that's going to be the biggest focus in phase one is stability work, like movement efficiency, and making sure I'm developing my aerobic capacity. That's going to be the goal for phase one, which is going to be around 6 weeks. And I'm sure the aerobic capacity building is going to be a longer phase. But that's where I feel like I need a lot of work done. I've done a lot of high intensity work in the past, but the low intensity work I've always neglected. I've never really done much of it. So once I build that base, I can sustain higher intensity efforts for longer periods of time, better recover, and as a byproduct, get the result I'm looking for. So this session, like I said, I haven't got anything specific on. I'm not on a program right now. I'm starting from next week, just so I can get the Hyrox out of the way. And yeah, I'm just sort of plodding and making sure I'm all good. So today's session, I'm gonna do a little bit of a test. So like I said, I haven't really done much work on the ski in the row, so I want to see where I'm at. I'm going to do 2K on the ski. I'm going to rest for a substantial amount of time, probably maybe 5-10 minutes, make sure I'm fresh. Then I'm going to go for the 2K on the row as well, see how I get on there. So not a long session at all, but quite an intense one. I just want to gather some rough data on where I'm at with my rowing and my skiing. And yeah, I'm excited. So I'm about to go and warm up, do some mobility, put a little bit of footage over the top on what I'm doing there. Then I'm going to get a little bit warm on the ski erg, and then we'll go from there. Okay, so just had a little warm up. Feel okay, I'm not gonna warm up too long to be fair. I've done my mobility, done literally a minute on the ski. I feel quite good. I'm gonna give it a good go. This is why I need to do this testing, because I don't know where I'm at. I'm with my pace. So I don't really know what to be holding, like what I'm aiming for. Maybe I'll overshoot it massively. Maybe I'll undershoot it and at the end I'll be going for it and I'll be like, yeah, I saved too much energy. But I'm gonna think definitely under 2 minutes per 500 meter pace. Maybe closer to 150. I don't know, we'll see. It's 2K, so it's not that much, but yeah, let's start the watch, let's get in. There we go, we're in. I've overshot.
Oh. Okay. Whew. How does it say my heart rate's 105? That is so. Oh. I'm putting on a 10-minute timer. That was tough. That was, like I said, I barely touched the ski or the rower. So about 200 meters into that, I looked at the timer because it was counting down and I was like, yeah, I'm not going to hold that pace. I was literally laughing. I was like, what am I doing? So yeah, I wanted to get like 8:15 or something. A bit slower than, I'm not really asked. I've got, what, 20 weeks to this Hyrox. So for me, that's just like gather some information, test it again whenever my coach tells me to and see how much we've improved. But what I'm looking for as well at the moment is with the goal of doing a lot of aerobic exercise, like low intensity work for extended periods of time, that my ability to sustain these high intensity efforts should increase. I should be able to sustain the higher intensity efforts for a longer period of time, as well as my recovery time in between bouts. So let's say I test this again in like 12 weeks time and I've been doing loads of low intensity work, zone 2 work, on a bike, running, ski, whatever I'm programmed. My ability to recover between this and when I do the rower in like 5 minutes should be a lot better. I should feel a lot more rested going into it, and that's because of doing the lower intensity work. So yeah, I feel like I've always done a lot of high intensity stuff with boxing and running, but neglected that slow and steady stuff. Low intensity, steady state cardio. So I'll be getting on that now. I've been doing it recently, last week or so. I'm making it a big focus. It can be a bit boring, but if that's the difference, I can't lie, I've seen a video and it was like so true. You can't expect to be able to do all the crazy looking workouts and the high intensity stuff if you're not willing to do the basics and do it right. And building that engine all comes from doing the longer intensity bouts for, yeah, extended periods of time. It takes a while to build it, but I'm gonna take a bit more rest and I'm gonna go into the rower. Obviously I'm carrying a bit of fatigue from that, but yeah, I haven't got all day because I've got client videos I need to film for the coaching app. So I'm gonna probably rest 5 minutes and I'm gonna go into that and yeah, see how we go on. Okay, so I've just rested about 10 minutes, probably more like 12. It's a bit tired, but yeah, I'm hoping with more aerobic work, I can recover a little bit better in between sets. Now we're doing 2K on the row. Again, something I'm not really too used to, but something I need to get better at nevertheless. I should have warmed up a little bit better on that ski. I underestimated it. My lat does feel a little bit like crampy. I think that's a mixture of not warming up and I would say dehydration, but I've drank a lot and I rehydrated straight away after my session earlier. So I don't know, maybe I just didn't warm up. I don't know, we'll soon see. But I'm hoping I'll be okay in the rower. Now, something I'm working on, this is why it's a test, because you can do a low row and you can do quite a high row. And I don't know which one I prefer. But I know I need to have more powerful strokes and just relax, keep my breathing good. So yeah, I'm just literally gonna go straight in because yeah, I've got work to do. So let's give this a test. 7:55. Oh. Decent. 7:55. Don't feel like I pushed an absolute failure on either of them. The ski was a lot harder. For me on the row, it's technique. I hate complaining, and I never get this. Maybe I need to just take a bit of a rest. But I could just feel like my bicep the whole time on the rower just felt a little bit off on my left side. So I wasn't really trying to be mindful of my strokes. But the rowers, like, I'm trying to find that balance. At the end, I was going quicker strokes, just into the midsection, quite a low row, and straight back in quite quick. The whole time I was trying to pace myself, I was trying to go like more powerful strokes and then just controlling my breathing on the way down and taking my time. But I don't know which is suiting me better. So I guess it's working on my coach and practicing it and seeing which suits me better. But yeah, overall not bad at all. So a decent session. This is video 1 of the Hyrox Malaga Road to Sub 60 series. Hope you've enjoyed it. Make sure that you subscribe to my channel and like this video, because I'm gonna be posting content every single week, documenting my journey from where I am now to getting a sub 60. Don't even know how many weeks it is, but you'll see on the title because I'll be counting down. So yeah, hope you enjoyed the YouTube video. Make sure to like and subscribe, and yeah, I'll catch you guys in the next one.